Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome to another pick a card reading here at Transform with Rian. And in today's reading, we are going to be exploring what your future self wants you to know right now. So you can see on the thumbnail, we have some options as per usual. And the first option is the Empress card. So we have this lovely, not quite holographic, there's another name for it and I'm blanking on it right now, but we have this lovely deck to kind of kick us off. Option number 2, we have Knight of Swords. And last but not least, we have option number 3, which is the Lover's card. So if you need a moment to go ahead and meditate and take a few deep breaths in and out before you make your decision, you can pause the video now to do so, and we will get started with group number 1. So those of you that were drawn to the Empress card, your pick a card reading about what your future self wants you to know right now. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards out to get some more information going, okay, to get the conversation with your future self started, and we'll see what they have to tell you. So already, this is kind of wild, but you got the Empress card again, but in this other deck that was a Kickstarter, my first Kickstarter deck that I've ever purchased. Super lovely decolonized tarot deck created by some amazing Filipina psychics and artists. Oh my gosh, you have the Lover's card as well, which is one of the options from before. Okay, let's get, how about maybe, I almost said 2 more cards, but I feel like Spirit has more that they want to share with you from your future self. So we will take these. Wow, so we actually have a few major arcana cards here. So your future self really wants you to know that something big is about to happen. I'm getting this message that this isn't going to apply to all of you, but I would say enough of you that this needs to be said is if some of you are trying to have a family and trying to have a child, it looks like it's going to happen relatively soon. No, let me take that back. Actually, it's not about timing. It's about this, maybe this wish and desire that you have to have a child and have a family. I'm hearing for some of you, it may even be without a partner, like you would like to have a child on your own. And I'm seeing that it's definitely going to happen. It's definitely going to be possible. You have this wish card, also with the 6 of Wands. So this is telling me that, you know, you're gonna get what you want, that there's a victory in achieving your goal or your wish or your dream. And again, this is the bottom line is that those of you that are wanting to have a family, start a family, again, whether you are partnered or not, it's going to come to manifest here. I just heard that your fertility is actually going to be going up. And oh my gosh, I just realized that I did not plug in the mic, so I'm so sorry. Let me pause. Okay, so sorry about that. I just realized that the mic was not plugged in. So sorry if the first few minutes of the video were like really quiet. So what else am I seeing here aside from this message about starting a family and having this beautiful home? I'm gonna have a sip of my bubble tea. Let me know if you like bubble tea as well, and what is your favorite flavor. I used to love taro bubble tea, and now I'm really just into the regular original milk tea flavor with some brown sugar boba. Okay. I'm also seeing here another message for some of you is about a relationship that you are in. So we have the King of Cups here, and what I'm seeing is that you've been in this relationship. We have the Lover's card, and there's been some challenges here, and you've had to really be strong through it, okay? I'm hearing the scenario is going to be different for many of you. For some of you, it could be that your partner and you have just not been seeing eye to eye for a while, and perhaps you've been maybe on like different wavelengths, and there's been a few arguments or disagreements, a little bit more than usual, more than normal lately. And you've had to be strong, you've had to persevere, and maybe some days you just wanted to truly say what's on your mind, on your heart, no matter how hurtful it could be. Maybe for some of you, you've even contemplated like calling the relationship quits. And you've had to be really, really strong through this difficult time. But what I'm seeing here with this message of the King of Cups with the Universe card is that you two will come to an understanding. I feel like more so the other person, and again, I feel your other person is represented by this King of Cups, and it has nothing to do with their sex or their gender identification. What this card is really symbolizing is that your partner is going to have some sort of realization as to perhaps how their actions, how their words have been affecting you, and in not a good way, right? In a negative way. And they're gonna have a moment of self-reflection and see the repercussions of their actions. I feel sort of this emotional maturity is going to be achieved here. And it's so funny. I'm seeing, I don't know if any of you have ever played RPGs or like action games where you have like HP, which is your health points, and you have, you know, MP, which is your magic points, and some games have an SP, which is like your skill points. But I'm seeing like a leveling up for your partner where it's like instead of HP, MP, and SP, I'm seeing like EQ. So EQ is your emotional quotient. So most people are familiar with your IQ, which is your intelligent quotient, which is like a way to measure how book smart you are, like what you know about facts and like math and language, things like that. And your EQ is more about how you can maybe understand and sense and interpret other people's emotions and respond accordingly. And in a very, I think, more aware way versus being, you know, reactionary and self-centered. So a high EQ is what I'm seeing, and especially from your partner, perhaps they were being a bit self-centered and a bit self-absorbed recently, and you know, their ego has been ruling their mind and their actions and their decision making. And I feel like with this King of Cups and the Universe, it's again an expansion of their awareness and their understanding of how you've been feeling, how you've been reacting, and what part your partner has had to play in that. So I definitely see that, you know, through this difficult time in your relationship, it'll be worth it to stick it out because your partner is eventually going to get there, right? They're not a lost cause by any means. They're not hopeless. There is still a strong foundation of love there, and there's a reason why the two of you are together at this point in time and space. And it seems like you are meant to be together for a good while, if not for the rest of your lifetimes, okay? So I see your future self wants you to know that, yes, it's a bit of a rough patch, right? But, you know, we kind of have to go through all the seasons of life, summer, spring, winter, fall. Oh my gosh, and that song just came to my head. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. All you've got to do is call, and I'll come running. I think that's how it goes. Anyways, I think Carole King, is that who sings that song originally? So I'm just hearing that melody that you have a deep bond with this person. This isn't something where it's just like a love for a season. It's a love throughout the seasons. It's a lifelong love, okay? So hang in there. It sounds like it's been a bit difficult lately, but everything will work out just beautifully. Okay? Now, I feel like there's something about. Oh, hold on, pause. In relationship to what I was just saying, we have the Six of Wands. So, what I'm also seeing is that um, not that I like to focus on who's right and who's wrong and placing blame or things or anything like that, but I feel like your future spouse is going to sort of see where you're coming from, ultimately take your side, ultimately agree with you, like your partner, I should say, not future spouse, but your partner is ultimately going to be on your side. It's going to be like a win for you, okay, in more ways than one. Like, yes, whatever it is, whatever point you've been trying to make, whatever you've been trying to convince them of doing, that they've had resistance to, like eventually you'll win them over. Okay, there's this victory. You'll win them over. They'll see your point of view, and they will ultimately do what's best for them, which is kind of like what you've perhaps been suggesting, you know. Okay, so that's another little piece of information to add. I feel like there's something more with this Empress card as well. So the tea leaf, okay, that one wants to come out. I feel like this one wants to come out. This one wants to be part of this as well. And the other half of the deck is silent. So your future self wants us to go over these cards next. So we have younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. And we also have flowers, happiness. Beautiful. And we have as well purse. Pay attention to your finances. So it could very well be that some of you may have been a little bit concerned about your finances, that maybe you feel like you're not where you'd like to be financially. It could even be part of the contemplation surrounding having a child, right? So for those of you that have been wanting a child, wanting a family, but have been maybe putting it off because you don't feel financially secure, financially ready to support a family or a child, I feel like there's going to be a shift there for the better. And for some of you who perhaps have been struggling with your relationship with your partner, maybe it has to do with the money, you know, like a lot of couples do tend to fight about money, right? Finances is a big part of why some couples experience arguments, disagreements. I mean, it's even a reason why some people split up, you know? But because we have this happiness card here along with it, and to be quite honest, the rest of your tarot cards too are very like positive energy cards. I feel that your future self wants you to know that again, things are going to work out financially. Perhaps for some of you, it's a little bit of a waiting game and like planning it out, right? So it could be that you're saving up money, right? Or that you've had to invest your money on something. Or it could even be that your money is being sort of like siphoned in another direction to take care of things like, I don't know, maybe you have car payments to make and you're trying to pay off the car first. Maybe you're paying off a mortgage, student loans or something like that. And so that's sort of been one of the barriers in you moving forward and perhaps experiencing some stress when it comes with money. I feel like eventually it's going to clear up. Okay, everything's going to be paid off. It's what I'm seeing. It's about this sort of diligence and this staying on top of it and chipping away at it. Okay, like payment plan type of thing, right? And it's going to work out just fine, and it won't put any more of a strain on your situation. I'm not sensing anything sort of like a windfall, right? Where some of you are just going to like win the lottery or like get a big inheritance. I'm not quite seeing that as the solution to your money situation. I just feel like sort of healthy financial habits and what's the word? Budgeting. And budgeting are really going to see you through, you and your partner, especially if that's something that the two of you have been struggling with together. Now, with this younger man card, For some of you, I feel like it does have to do with your partner. Like perhaps they are younger than you. Again, it could be, you know, if your partner is a man, yes, a younger man. But I'm also seeing more so it could be that masculine energy, that it's sort of like this immature or shadow aspect of the divine masculine where they can be maybe a bit bossy, a bit self-centered, a bit aggressive, especially when it's like when it comes to getting what they want or an opinion that they have they're not really wanting to let go of. So there's this aggressive energy there. And I think that's that energy that's going to leave. I feel like there's almost this vibe of just being worn out from fighting, right? And I'm seeing this image of like a rock and like water just repeatedly hitting it, right? Like you don't really see the effect the water is having on a moment to moment, day to day basis, but eventually the rock or the earth or the soil is going to get worn out by the water, right? The water is going to sort of smooth out the rough edges over time, little by little, little by little. It's also reminding me a little bit of how like stalactites are formed. When I went on one of those cave exploration things, they were talking about like the condensation on the roof of the cave. What it does is that condensation sort of slowly dissolves little bits of the minerals within the cave rock, and then that's how you get that stalactite, is like the drops just kind of condense in one space and carry those minerals, and then kind of they deposit as the water drops down, and then you get this like stalactite coming down from the ceiling. So I feel like again it's sort of this gradual process of your partner seeing the way you view things and then coming to ultimately agree with it, and from this sort of like young immature energy being a little bit more mature and aware, and I'm also seeing this sort of energy of like of maturity for them, where it's like it's not about me, it's about we and us as a partnership, you know, moving in life, and what's going to be best for us, not what's going to be best and convenient just for me. Okay, so wow, very powerful messages. We got like family on the way, we have finances getting sorted, resolution, and coming together with your partner when after a difficult period. So like really good messages coming through from your future self. I hope you enjoyed them as well. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and I look forward to reading for you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future readings I post, because lately it's been a bit erratic and not on a schedule, even though I'm trying to get to that point again. But thank you for spending time with me, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading to find out what message your future spouse my bad, your future self, y'all. What message your future self would like to pass on to you right here, right now. So you were drawn to the Knight of Swords here, and the big message that I'm getting actually to start off your reading is that your voice will be heard here. So I feel like there's something that you've been trying to communicate to somebody. I'm hearing for some of you, like, yes, this could be like family or friends, but I feel for the majority of you, this has to do with something in more your professional life, with your career perhaps. So for some of you, I feel a message coming through that you have been trying to communicate something to your boss, whether it's about, you know, getting you a raise or getting you a promotion, or you've had an idea on how to improve the work environment, improve the workflow at your job, something like that, like a process improvement kind of suggestion. And I feel like your future self wants you to know that you are going to finally be heard here. So keep at it. The message is going to land, is going to come through, and it's going to be heard, even if it feels like you're maybe being ignored, excuse me, at the moment. And the other thing that I'm feeling too for some of you is, for those of you that perhaps part of your artistry, part of your purpose in this life is to share wisdom, to share music, to teach something to other people, to write, right? I'm sensing this energy very strongly that some of you are writers, or maybe some of you have this idea to like write a book, write some poetry. Maybe some of you are even thinking of trying to write a song, or share what you know and your opinions and your thoughts on social media, on YouTube, for example, that your future self wants you to know it's important that you start taking action on this. Maybe some of you have been putting it off, a little bit of procrastination here, but your future self is like, be like this Knight of Swords and get out there. Use your voice, okay? That's something that's coming through very, very strongly, is use your voice. It's time for you to start building that momentum, because perhaps some of you have been a little bit slow to start because maybe you don't know how to start. Maybe you're afraid to start, right? You're afraid of putting yourself out there because when you put yourself out there, some people might start to criticize you, you know? And so there's been this fear of taking action. And with the Knight energy coming through, your future self is saying like, be bold, be daring, be brave, and really connect with that why energy and that inner spirit, that inner soul. You know, you felt this fire and this passion burning inside of you, and you know it's meant to be out there in the world. It's meant to take shape. It's meant to take form. It's meant to impact lives and affect people. And so it's time for you to get up and get out there, you know? Yes. Yeah. That's a beautiful message already coming through. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to share with us as well. And I'm hearing from Spirit and Future Self that we'll start with just these 5 cards. So, oh my gosh, we have the Lovers card coming through. This actually came through with the first reading as well, and we have that Lovers card as an option. So who knows, if you were drawn to the Lovers card on top of the Knight of Swords and you were kind of like torn between the two, it could very well be that you need to be listening to both. We also have the 10 of Cups, which looks so beautiful, and I just got like happy chills and happy vibes from this card once I revealed it. So I can't wait to explore that one a little bit more. Ooh, we have the 9 of Wands. Yes, this is about movement, okay? Movement, taking action. And I'm getting this image and this message because the 8 of Wands is also about speed. Hold on, let me get a sip of my bubble tea. Y'all know I love my bubble tea. So let me know if you have a favorite flavor of bubble tea. Lately, I've just been craving like flat out original milk tea flavor with brown sugar boba. And I never used to really get a lot of boba, and I was such a big fan of taro before. Delicious. So let me know what your favorite flavor of bubble tea is down in the comments below. But back to your message with the 8 of Wands. So I'm seeing that, you know, even though it feels so hard to take that first step and you feel maybe a bit apprehensive and nervous and scared about how it's all going to turn out, like once you take that first step, it's going to build speed, build momentum, and it's going to become something even bigger than you probably would have thought or imagined. I'm hearing that many of you that were drawn to this card, it's like you have this dream, which is beautiful and it's amazing, no doubt about it. But I'm also hearing that some of you are afraid to maybe dream big and call in this type of success that you feel perhaps you don't deserve because you're not skilled enough, you're not good enough, you're not, there's this vibe of like, what makes me so special? Like, why should I deserve celebrity status or all this recognition and fame and money for what I do? Or it's like being a little bit overly humble. And your future self and Spirit wants you to know, like, you don't want to kind of be on either end of the spectrum there, where you're like so humble and so oh my gosh, what is the word? Not just humble, but I don't know. It's like you don't want to play it small, but you don't want to like be too cocky, right? And be too full of yourself. You want to be kind of somewhere in the middle. Okay, not maybe not exactly in the middle, but just somewhere in the middle. Um, and I feel like your future self is encouraging you and letting you know right now in this reading that things are going to take off for you, and you really just have to take that first step. And success is on its way to you. And for some of you, yes, that does speak a little bit to financial success, especially if maybe you want to be an artist, a musician, and you want to share your artwork and your songs with the world and like go on tour and become famous. Like, yeah, for some of you, that's definitely a possibility. But what I'm really feeling is it's sort of your own definition of success, right? Maybe for some of you, success isn't being like famous and like, Beyonce, Ariana Grande kind of status of celebrity. But perhaps success for you is simply like being able to support yourself doing this craft, right? Or, one of the things that I saw on another YouTube channel that does tarot readings is, they'd like to use whatever income they make from their tarot channel to help pay off their student loans, right? So whatever, tens of thousands of dollars that is to pay off student loans. And that's success for them. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what your future self wants you to know, is that share your voice, share your wisdom, and you will have that degree of success that feels good to you, that feels right to you, that feels very emotionally fulfilling. I'm hearing the phrase, it's going to make you feel like, wow, job well done. Good work. Good work. It's like you don't have to be like, an international celebrity singer to feel success. Success could come in the form of like you playing at a small venue and having family and friends and other people support you, and coming to listen to you sing and cheer you on. It could be something like booking a gig at, a wedding or a party or whatever, right? It could be the first time one of my videos reached 1,000 views, like I felt so successful. I felt so amazing and so happy. And like, yeah, there's like tons of other YouTubers who get way more views than I do, like millions of views. But I felt so good with my 1,000 views on one of my videos. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I see for you, is just taking that first step and moving forward with whatever this dream or this vision is, or this goal, whatever your soul is calling you to do, leading to this sense of fulfillment, leading to this sense of accomplishment, okay? We also have the Seven of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So I feel like with these two cards, your future self is really wanting to highlight some things that you may be experiencing already, but also it could be warning you of things that might come and discourage you from continuing on this path moving forward. Like maybe you'll take that first step and then something will happen and you feel discouraged and then you back away, when you really should be pushing through that. Oh, I look like I'm like a football player, a rugby player. Rugby, now that I'm in, New Zealand versus like American football. You need to be like charging through these like obstacles, right? Because that's really what they are. They're obstacles. It's not so much, I'm getting the sense that your future self wants you to know that when you face a challenge or face a difficulty or a setback, it's an obstacle, not a deterrent saying you shouldn't be doing this, okay? So what I see here with the Two of Pentacles is this need for balance, okay? So for some of you, it could be that you feel a little bit empty right now in your life, like something is missing, and what's missing is taking action on this passion project, on this creative expression, on, whatever this sharing your knowledge and wisdom and being part of the world and making it a better place type of thing. with what you have to share. So that's what's missing in your life, and that's why you feel off. That's why you feel unbalanced, because it almost feels like you are just caught in the grind and you're just going through the motions of life, but you're not living life. Do y'all know what I'm feeling? Do y'all know what I'm feeling? Because I just got this like little twinge from spirit that is like, that is some truth right there. And let me tell you, I know exactly what that feeling is like, because I was there for several months and like off and on for the past few years of like, what is my purpose? What am I really trying to achieve here? And like, I would try a lot of different things and explore different things, which I don't regret, but they didn't always lead me to this place of fulfillment and feeling like I've achieved something, or that I want to keep moving forward with it, you know? So it might take a little bit of adjustments here and there and a change of tactics and approach, but you should still keep moving forward on that big goal, that big dream. Do you know what I'm saying? And bring that balance into your life of, you know, the practical parts of life and that creative, expressionary part of your life, like doing what you need to do to handle your business, you know what I'm saying? But also doing what you need to do to nurture your soul, nurture your spirit, right? It's not just about being a cog in the wheel kind of thing. And as you continue on this journey, it's like important to maintain that balance, right? And not get so caught up in maybe your 9 to 5 job that you forget to nurture your hobbies and your passion project, or being so far into your passion projects that you're not taking care of your bills, right? Or whatever relationships you have in life, and nurturing those close friendships, your family relationships, that kind of thing. So it's about that balance, okay? And keeping that pace. And here with the Seven of Swords, what I'm really feeling is that there are definitely going to be some people in your life that are probably going to discourage you, or sort of be like negative about your dreams, and try to persuade you not to move forward, and make you fearful of taking action and moving forward. But it's really the thing that I'm hearing so clearly from your future self and from spirit is that it's not, they're not afraid for you. They're projecting their own fears onto you. Like, they're afraid of being seen, they're afraid of being laughed at. And so they are acting like they're looking out for you by saying, oh, don't do that, people are going to think that's so dumb, and you're going to be the laughing stock of the town, or they're going to laugh you off stage. No, 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 no. That's their fear for themselves. It's not an actual fear that they have for you, even though they're kind of playing with words in that way. It's kind of reminding me of this short YouTube clip that I saw. I think it's like Zen Master or something like that, might be the channel, I don't remember. But it was like 5 types of people you need to distance yourself from. There you go. Oh my gosh, I'm like studying all these different languages, and sometimes my word order gets so mixed up. And so it was talking about, like, first, you definitely want to distance yourself from people who don't make you feel good, right? Who put you down, who bring a lot of negativity. You want to distance yourself from people who are complaining, like complain. Yes, it's natural to be upset and complain about things in life, but if that's really all you ever have to talk about, like you don't want to be around those kind of people. You don't want to be around energy vampires, you know, who just take and suck your energy away, and you feel drained after hanging with them. Do you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like what I was just talking about, I don't remember like all 5 of them. But that type of person who is constantly discouraging you from taking action towards whatever it is that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That kind of always has a negative spin on things. And I'm not even talking about just your dreams, right? It's even just things like, oh, are you really going to eat an extra large French fry? Like, aren't you worried about your weight? Aren't you worried about like your cholesterol levels? And you know, oh, you're going out with so and so. Aren't you worried about being seen with them? Like, they're not, you know, good news. Like, they're kind of trampy and skanky. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these kind of people that are always making you feel like you should second guess what you're doing and thinking, and kind of break down your confidence and your autonomy and your independence. Oh, honey, yes. I feel like that is going to resonate so strongly with a few of you, that there are some people you need to get out of your life, move out of the way, distance yourself from, so you can embrace this version of you that is living this life, living this dream, sharing their passions, okay? Because it's normal. It's normal for people to come and go from your life. And some people, as you grow and evolve, it's natural that you're going to be on divergent paths and you're going to separate. So your future self really wants to tell you now that that is okay, that some people do come into our lives for just a season and not for, you know, the whole year, for the whole length of our life. And once their purpose has been served and once you've grown apart, it's okay to just let them go, and just be true to the person you are becoming, and be at that vibration and that resonance, and don't hold yourself back to make other people comfortable. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like you do. I feel like you do. So I feel like actually your future self and spirit are saying those are the messages you needed to hear today, and right here, right now. So take that action, loves. Live your purpose, live your dream, like be excited about life and what you're doing. It's part of your reason for being here. I honestly believe that for everybody, that your reason for being here is to honor your purpose and honor your passion, and not get kind of bogged down in like the structure of life according to everybody else. So let me know what you thought of your reading, by the way, in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed your reading, please, please, please don't forget to hit that like button. And I definitely would encourage you to subscribe to the channel, because I have been posting a little bit erratically lately. So if you subscribe, at least my video will show up on your newsfeed, whether or not you hit the notification button, okay? Because I'd love to continue to read for you. In any case, I will see you all again soon. Bye, loves. Hello there, Group 3. Welcome to your Pick a Card reading to hear what your future self wants you to know right now. What do they want you to hear? What message do they have for you? So you were drawn to this Lover's card right here. And there were a couple words that I was receiving as I was kind of tuning in to the card and the message for you today. The first one is about love and romance, and relationship. And the second word was actually temptation, which was very, very interesting. So I haven't really noticed this part of the card before, but we have the snake, right? Which, you know, in biblical mythology is referencing like the devil, Satan, sort of tempting Eve, right? That's like the classic story that many of us are familiar with. Although, you know, I think other interpretations are being shared regarding what went down in the Garden of Eden. I remember I was watching an Instagram reel about it as well, about you know, the role that like God played in this whole scenario. Like God, this all-knowing, omniscient being, like knew that this was going to happen and knew that, you know, Eve was gonna, you know, bite the apple, and that ultimately they were going to be banished from Eden, Adam and Eve, and all this kind of stuff. And so I think one of the terms that was used was like entrapment, right? Where it's like, you know what this person is going to do in a situation, and you kind of just let it play out, and you make it seem like it's all their fault and they brought this upon themselves, even though you knew that this is what was going to go down anyway, regardless, and that they never really had much of a choice, kind of thing. It's like this illusion of free will, from the standpoint of an omniscient being. So I don't think I'm like fully expressing that correctly on the YouTube reel, but I thought it was like a very interesting point and argument that this person had made, regarding the interpretation of this sort of classic story that people have used to further their own agendas in the past. But all of that to say, is I'm feeling that your future self wanted to let you know that you need to be very aware of temptation and old habits, because what I'm hearing is you are going to come across a beautiful person, a beautiful type of love, and you might be at risk of self sabotage, okay? I'm hearing for some of you, it could be that you meet this person and you think that maybe they're too good to be true. So you kind of put them through some tests, or you distance yourself from them, or you are like highly suspicious and doubtful of them, and you're kind of in this energy of fear and paranoia, when really this person was sent by universe, sent by spirit to come into your life and love you properly, right? Love you really well. Be that type of partner that you've always dreamed of having, but was never sure that you would get that type of person in your life, you know, because perhaps, you know, people around you have kind of been putting you down and brought down your self-esteem, you know, family, friend, or whatever, or maybe you had your heart broken, or you were betrayed by someone that you gave your heart and your trust to before, and now you're very cautious and weary. So I'm hearing from your future self and from spirit that this person that's going to be coming into your life, for many of you, it's this next person that, you know, you go on a date with, that you know, start to entertain the thought of being in a relationship with them. Do you know what I'm saying? That to be a little bit more on that optimistic side versus that pessimistic side. Be on that side of openness, of vulnerability, of faith and belief that this person isn't trying to do you dirty, you know? That this person, what you've seen of them at each step of this getting to know you part is genuine, is authentic, that they are being real with you, and that you don't have to second guess or doubt their actions or their words, okay? Because again, it's sort of this like sabotaging yourself and the future of this relationship. You know, it's kind of making me think of the show Never Have I Ever, with that was like created and I get maybe directed as well by Mindy Kaling, and the main character. So you can like skip this part like a few seconds if you don't want any spoilers, but the main it's not like a terrible spoiler anyway. But the main character, Davy, she has this crush on this super. I just combined the word super and popular together. Superler. So the super popular guy at her high school. And then eventually they start dating, but she feels a little bit insecure because she feels like, oh, I'm not as popular or as attractive as this guy, so why is he with me? Why is he dating me? Like, everyone thinks we shouldn't be together, everyone's judging our relationship and blah blah blah. Meanwhile, the guy doesn't care about what other people are thinking, only wants to be in this relationship with Davy because he likes her, genuinely likes her. And so what ends up happening is her own insecurities end up sabotaging the relationship because she accuses him of being into someone else, and he's like, yo, like, that person and I are just friends. Like, I love you, but I can't be with you if you don't even love yourself. Like, if you feel you're not good enough to be with me, then like there's no hope for our relationship moving forward, because I can love you, but you also need to love yourself. Like, I cannot make you love yourself just as much as I love you, you know? And to me, that was like a very like profound way of looking at love and relationship. And I think it's important for you to kind of understand that message and perhaps even watch the show so you can kind of get the full effect, you know, because I totally just did like Cliff Notes version of that. But this person that's coming into your life next, you know, whether or not you're going to be with them forever, I guess that remains to be seen. But what I'm getting with overwhelming clarity is that they are genuine. They are genuinely interested in you, and they have like no malicious intentions at all. So be open to trusting them, okay? Now let's get some cards. And what's so interesting is Spirit is telling me to like get a few cards from all of these decks that I have out in front of me, because I didn't use all of them in the readings. So Spirit is like, go for it. Okay, Spirit. Well, let's get a little wild, a little crazy with the cards here. So, and then Spirit says, do this. Okay, so let's see what we got in your little hodgepodge, your little hollow of cards. Let me have a sip of my bubble tea. Oh my gosh. Is there like a little bubble stuck in there? Ah, there we go. Y'all know I love me some bubble tea. Let me know if you do too. Let me know what your favorite flavor is. I'm sipping on some original milk tea with some brown sugar boba. Okay, so we have hat. You will be playing a different role. There you go, loves. So it's time. What I'm hearing with this card, I put it by me, or what I'm hearing, but this card is whispering to me, is that it's time for you to put on a different hat. Like, stop playing this victim. Stop playing this, like, woe is me. Every person out there is, like, untrustworthy and they're just out to hurt me and blah, blah. Like, you know, whatever you think is true is true. So if you think everybody's out there to hurt you, then guess what? You'll find a reason to kind of see everyone as hurting you, right? You'll find a reason for people to be, like, doing you dirty. So change that mindset. Okay? Once you start believing that people are going to treat you kindly, treat you with respect, care about how you feel, then you'll start to see that get reflected in your reality. Trust. I've experimented with this myself. We also have dog, far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. This is really interesting. I feel like this is a friend who knows about your past relationship. Or your sort of history of being hurt before. And I'm sensing, again, good intentions, that they want nothing but the best for you, that they are hoping that these wounds on your heart will heal, and they're there to, like, lend an ear if you want to sort of, like, get things off your chest, right? And they're truly supportive of you on your journey, okay, towards love, towards relationships that are deserving of you, you know, and that will, relationships with people that will treat you well. Again, it doesn't have to just be romantic. It could even just be purely platonic friendship type of thing. It's like you're moving into a new era, if you want to, where you're leaving this trauma in relationships behind and stepping into healthier relationships, nourishing and nurturing relationships. Archway. Oh my god. Yo, was I not just saying new chapter, new journey? Look at Archway. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Like, what? Y'all, you know, this is why I shuffle on camera, because I need you to see these synchronicities that be rolling out in y'all's readings. Craziness. So I don't think we need to, like, explain that card. I think it explained itself. Okay, what else do we have? We have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, new beginnings, okay? And with Ace of Pentacles, you know, classically, the Pentacles cards are really speaking to tangible reality, physical things, money, physical belongings like house, home, desk, chair, bed, clothes, anything that we can experience through our five senses, okay? And so what I'm seeing with this Ace of Pentacles is literally, again, a new reality for you. You will be seeing, hearing, speaking, interacting with people who are literally different than the types of people you've been around up until this point. You know, in the sense of they're going to be better quality people, right? They're going to be more uplifting, more encouraging, high vibe kinds of people. And the people that were, you know, putting you down, like giving your self-esteem like a beating, like those people will, what I'm sensing is, will start to move away from you and kind of like fade away from your life, because you are embodying a different vibration. you are calling in a different reality. Like you're refusing to allow negative vibes into your life. Okay, like you're not putting up with that crap no more. And as you embody that energy, then it will just naturally repel people. Because I'm hearing for some of you, like, it's not even that you have to tell everybody out loud, like make some kind of public declaration, you know, where it's like, with your little sign, like, no more meanies in my life, no more meanies in my life, you know, like you don't have to do that. You can just simply put your focus on the areas of your life that you want to expand. So if there's someone in your life that you know is a good person and you just focus in on them, spend as much time with them as possible, interact with them as much as possible, and spend less time interacting with like the poo-poo people, the triple P's, the poo-poo people. That's a new term right there. Comment it down below. No more PPPs in my life. No more poo-poo people in my life. It's like, oh my God, I'm thinking of that song. No, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can get no love from me. Right? So you're just saying, nope, I don't want that. And you focus on the good things in your life, on the things that you want to see more of in your life, that you want to expand in your life, then you will get more of that. Okay? What you focus on expands and grows. So if you keep focusing on the negative parts of your life, the negative people in your life, if you keep giving them your time and energy, then they will continue to flourish, right? It's like, what are you watering in your garden of life? You're watering those weeds, then of course those weeds are going to grow and flourish, honey, you know? And so I see this reality transforming for you, your experiences transforming. If you choose, again, this is like, you don't have to listen to what I'm saying. Like, what do I know about your life and your journey? You know, I'm just the messenger. So if you choose this new path, then that is what is going to appear before you. That's what's going to sort of manifest, you know? Oh my gosh, I felt like I just had this Matrix Neo moment where it's like, what pill are you going to choose? The red or the blue one? We also have the Justice card here. Okay, this is about things coming into balance. This is about... what I'm hearing is fairness in your life. Okay, it's about being treated fairly, and you know, sometimes we associate like punishment for misdeeds and wrongs and crimes committed with the Justice card, but really with this card I'm not sensing so much that energy at all. It's just about being around people that are right for you, being in situations that are at the same frequency and the same resonance as you, and honoring that, okay, and doing the things that make you feel good, that feel right to you, not doing things because you feel obligated to or because someone's making you do it, blah blah blah, like all that kind of stuff. It's just about you doing you. You do you, okay? Oh, look at this. The Two of Wands. Again, what we were just talking about, this is about choice. Which path are you going to choose, okay? Are you going to continue living this life where, you know, you are focusing on the bad things that people could possibly do to you, to hurt you or whatever? Are you focusing on past pain, past traumas? Are you being tempted to stay in the same patterns, stay in the same routine, repeat the cycle of hurt over and over and over again? Or are you going to get off this ride, you know, go on a different ride that's a little bit more enjoyable, that doesn't make you sick to your stomach, you know what I'm saying? What are you going to choose? So your future self is letting you know that you are empowered right now, okay? That you can create your own reality, legit. And, you know, this future self version of you that's coming through, like, they're living large. They're living the life they want to live. They're living the life perhaps you want to be living, right? But it takes making that choice, that first choice, that first step, creating very clear boundaries about what you want in your life and what you don't, and honoring and sticking by those boundaries. As we have the Hierophant here. Okay, so what I'm hearing as this final message for you, my group 3 people, oh, here, let me just do the little hologram effect, is that it would be very helpful for you to get some sort of mentor, some type of coach, perhaps even go for therapy sessions. You know, I'm glad that therapy and coaching are getting more and more accepted in sort of like mainstream culture. And before, back in the day, it would be like, you know, oh, therapy is for like weak people and like sad people and crazy people. Like, no, no, no. Everybody actually could do with some therapy in their life. Everybody could do with a coach in their life, someone that will be able to identify your blind spots, help you identify ways in which you are reverting back to old patterns, reverting back to old behaviors, again, that kind of lead down negative pathways for you, you know? And that way they can steer you on the right path. It's like, hey, sounds to me like you're kind of falling back into old ways. How about we kind of take a different path this time? Or, you know, it seems like you're bringing up something again from your past that needs a little bit of healing, needs to be let go so that you can move forward in a more empowered way. You know, so I see for, you know, this sort of immediate future for you is to consider getting some type of professional help, again, from coach, therapist, psychiatrist, maybe even just going to like a meditation retreat or a yoga retreat and working around like some certified individuals to help ground and center yourself, to help visualize what it is that you want for your future, and then help you determine what your next action steps will be to start to live in that kind of reality now, you know? I used to do some coaching, but not so much anymore. I actually realized that coaching isn't really my thing. Like, I'm okay doing workshops and doing readings for people, but kind of ongoing coaching is not one of my passions. But I know there's several people here on YouTube that if you watch their videos and vibe with them, they are excellent coaches and can get you on track. So give them a look, okay? But let me know what you thought of your reading from your future self. It sounds like you are at this sort of crossroads in your journey, and your future self had some messages to help you reflect on which path you want to take from this day forward. All right, so again, comment down below. Please, please, please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed any part of this reading, and please subscribe. I've been saying that for the longest time, but lately I have been so erratic with my postings that it probably would be a great idea to subscribe so that you at least, my videos will show up on your feed, even if you don't hit the notification bell, so you can come watch them whenever it feels like the right time to do so, okay? Because I'd love to read for you again. But other than that, I'm wishing you the best day and good luck on your journey moving forward. Ta-ha!